Bad season for LSU, but a mighty, mighty good week on the field. And then in the recruiting rankings here on National Signing Day, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, asking that you like the video, comment down below, especially after you hear Lon Phillip Sullivan give his breakdown here. And then, of course, subscribe, hit that bell for the notifications. Lon, how we doing tonight?
It was a great, great National Signing Day for LSU, keeping the boot clean, keeping the LSU Louisiana born bred Tigers home. Great day for LSU. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. So we're talking about the second ranked class in the SEC, number 3 in the nation, according to 247 Sports. And much of that had to do with some of these guys that just came into the fold recently.
Absolutely. Jack Besh, Matthew Langlois, Derek Davis Jr. A lot of people were thinking Derek Davis Jr. wasn't going to be signing today. We had complete 100% confidence from his camp that was going to happen. It did. It went down. Mason Smith was the biggest get of the day, the crucial 5-star. But there's a lot of homegrown talent. You know, Sage Ryan, there's a lot of talk about him going to Alabama. That never happened. Huge piece of the safety future for LSU and the defensive future for LSU.
We're talking about a team that was 3-5 before pulling off a major upset against Florida in the Swamp over the weekend, and I got to think that didn't hurt. There's no question about that, but I don't think players are making decisions based on one game. So LSU was going to have a great class regardless. Considering what's happened this season, why do you think Ed Ogeron's been able to maintain this type of status this season?
I think it's the message and it's the consistency. It's the trust in his brand. It's not just what he's done at LSU, but it's what he's done at USC, what he's done at Miami, even Ole Miss, signing the blind side, Mike Wallace, Dexter McCluster. He brought a lot, Patrick Willis. He brought a lot of crazy talent there to Ole Miss at the time, and that has not gone unnoticed. The Bruce Feldman book is another big, huge promotion of his crazy, fantastic work for collecting the 2019 team. There's some brilliant anecdotes in that book. I recommend flip the script to everybody. There's just some. It is the definitive caricature of Coach Orgeron, and one that fits beautifully. I really believe that the reason LSU were able to keep the majority of this class together, the targets, at least the 19/20 who've signed already, is all about the future, all about what LSU already has on roster as well. The 2020 class, the 2019 class were fantastic classes. We've already seen them, displaying brilliant performances this season. Eli Ricks, B.J. Ojolari, 2 of the highest ranked freshmen of all time, Pro Football Focus college. And Eli Ricks should probably win Freshman of the Year in the SEC. But there's a lot of great freshman and sophomore talent on LSU's football team. And when you combine a lot of these 2021 pieces, it's a very, very interesting set of players.
Lon, I'm going to let you run with this next one because you can take it in whatever direction you want. But is there a particular theme to what's going on at LSU from a recruiting standpoint in regards to were they looking at specific units on the field, positions, in terms of geography? Was there a hot spot, certain inroads they've made in certain places? What would characterize this class as it stands right now?
I would say, the profile is very versatile players, very, very jack of all trades type guys who can go, offense and defense. When you're looking at DBs, you're looking at guys who are over 6'1" at the minimum, 6'2". Corey Raymond's been recruiting very tall, lengthy corners for a long time since he's arrived at LSU. That's been his mission. It's something that's bode very well for LSU. Derek Stingley, he's 6'2". Dwight McLaughlin, 6'2". Eli Ricks, 6'2". The list goes on and on. Most of these guys in this class are as well. Demarius Magay, who signed today, That rhymed.
You flipped that one well. That was nice.
Exactly. Merry Flipmas. That one worked. At the same time, LSU has gone into Texas with a pile driver and got some great, huge targets there. Landon Jackson was the first domino. Garrett Nussmeier at quarterback. He's the leader of the pack. We missed on Savion Byrd. I think LSU knew that was going to be an Oklahoma take. That was my prediction as well. We got that one right. Savion was for Oklahoma, which, hey, you know what? That's fantastic. It clears up some more space for Tristan Lee. At the same time, there was just a bunch of different things going on today that were so interesting. There was flips going here. We lost two guys to Alabama, Keanu Coate and JoJo Earl. Neither was really expected. I think I put Keanu Coate as a LSU lock because even the dude's tweet for his announcement was in purple and gold. So it's like, were you trolling us or something, Keanu? Nasty, nasty stuff. But JoJo Earl, that was shocking. That was disturbing. We did not put him as an LSU lock. We knew that something was going down with places in the team and whether, he just was not going to be signing today, we believed. We didn't know what was really going on. It was the first time there had been questions about JoJo Earl whatsoever. And so to us, that was kind of a big red flag, especially at the 11th hour like this. And it turns out we didn't anticipate him being taken by Alabama, but that's what went down. That's two guys taken by Alabama. But at the same time, LSU were able to collect some flips. Malik Neighbors, this guy is an elite athletic talent. Wide receiver, most likely for me, is what he'll end up becoming. He's an elite route runner. He's going to turn into an excellent 50-50 catcher of the football. I really have a lot of great anticipation of special plays from Malik Neighbors. Like, he just seems like one of those guys that's just going to go out there and make some special number 7 type plays.
Got Lon Phillip Sullivan on the line. You got to check out his work on LSU Odyssey. That's LSUOdyssey.com with Lon Phillip Sullivan, who joins us on a regular basis to break down the Bayou Bengals. So with such an elite class coming in already, any loose ends out there? Any more work to do that you expect this coaching staff to do before the first Wednesday of February?
Oh, yeah. This class is far from finished. There are still 5 spots that are very, very highly coveted for. And this is where the class will, in my opinion, be made or broken. It all relies on getting Tristan Lee. Tristan Lee, offensive tackle out of Fairfax, Virginia, Robinson Academy. This guy and his brother Aiden both have LSU offers. LSU want them both. It seems like all the other schools are Tristan. LSU is Tristan and Aiden. That's been the common theme, the common thread. And the same thing is with Garrett Dellinger and his brother Cole. James Craig, he loves going for brothers because he likes generational ties. He's all about that type of thing. And I think that's very attractive to the Lee family. He did not sign today. There's no secret signature or anything like that, secret commitment. They are still waiting. They're still taking their time. And Aiden is very much going to be involved in the decision as well. This is not just Tristan deciding, because this is going to be Aiden going to high school for two seasons, while Tristan goes to college at either Oklahoma or LSU. I don't know why it wouldn't be Baton Rouge. All my indications point to Baton Rouge. We'll see. Corey Foreman. There was some Max Preps thing leaked today that said USC was where he was going to go. I don't really know if that's anything. That could be a complete ploy to try and some reverse psychology type thing. Who knows? You'll see a lot of weird tactics used by a variety of schools, especially Alabama, at this time of year. And who knows what that USC thing meant? I cannot see Corey Foreman wasting his talents at USC. I mean, he did decommit from Clemson, but that doesn't mean he can't return there. Mason Smith he just dove headfirst right into LSU. Will his best friend come and join him? That's the big question. Is it about the friendship? Is it about the wanting to forge their own path? Is there a schism there? We'll see. Besides those two, Brian Thomas, the receiver. I was feeling that he was a Texas A&M lean lately. That has changed over the last 24 hours. Finally, we have something on Brian Thomas, one of the quietest recruits in the country. You can't get anything out of this guy. Can't get anything out of his camp, out of his high school. There's just nothing to be found. This guy is very, very on the down low, and I respect that. That's actually kind of something that I like. Thing with Brian, though, he's very close with Chris Hilton, who just signed with LSU, and when asked during the press conference for his announcement, is there anybody you're meaning to recruit? He said he knew Brian Thomas. Not even hesitation there. His best friend, buddy from here from Walker High. And the same thing with Mason Smith. When he was asked at the press conference by Julie Bowden, I think this may have been a planted question, actually. Who, are you going to recruit for? And without even hesitation, Tristan Lee was his answer. Not Corey Foreman, Tristan Lee. He said, my man from Virginia, Tristan Lee. So that is a very interesting statement from Mason. I mean, I'm not reading too much into that, but at the same time, it's very interesting. All of it matters right now. All of it can be, thrown out. All of it could be completely wrong, could be completely right. At this point in the signing period, there's a lot of smoke going around. That it's like Snoop Dogg's tour bus, Mark. We don't really know who's back there, what's going on. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes moves going on, Mark. And I'm hearing a lot of weird, crazy stuff. A lot of it I would love to just report, but some of it just sounds so speculatory. It's just I don't even want to touch. But then some of it will happen. I'll be like, damn, why didn't I jump on that? But it's kind of weird, Mark. Weird voodoo times going down. I feel like LSU, we probably won't catch up to Alabama. It seems like they're far ahead with that #1 ranking. We might be able to catch up to Ohio State and pass them up at #2, but it would require, I think, a few 5 stars, probably 2 5 stars to do that. Can we pull off the Tristan Lee, Corey Foreman doubleheader? I think we can. Could we do both and Brian Thomas? More than definitely. If anybody can pull off that type of trio, it's Coach Ed Orgeron. If anybody can pull off some type of a coup, that where even if we're #2 to Alabama, it still looks like a more pleasing, more longer-lasting class, it's Coach Ed Orgeron.
We get the weird voodoo and / Snoop Dogg back of the bus activity analogy with high school football recruiting only here with Lon Philip Sullivan, LSU Odyssey. This is where it gets delivered right here. Lon, we appreciate it. You're a wealth of knowledge, plus you put a spin on it. We always enjoy the conversation, always get the best of the breakdowns from you.
We do what we can, Mark. Go Tigers.